Grants for Arts Projects, also known as GAP, is the largest grant-making program at the National Endowment for the Arts. In this video, we will discuss award amounts, cost share requirements, and the application project budget. For full information, please review the GAP Grant Program Guidelines and Application Instructions PDFs found on the Grants for Arts Projects webpage. First up is award amounts. Most GAP applicants may request an award amount between $10,000 and $100,000. However, there are two notable exceptions to this rule. First, local arts agencies applicants who are submitting a subgranting project may request between $30,000 and $150,000. And Challenge America applicants may only request $10,000. Projects submitted for more than $10,000 in Challenge America will be marked ineligible. All applicants must demonstrate a minimum 1-to-1 cost share. For example, if your NEA funding request is $10,000, you must show at least $10,000 in cost share funds. You may show a greater cost share if you'd like. Cost share funds do not need to be committed when you submit your application. Federal funds may not be included as part of your cost share. This includes funding from other federal agencies, such as the National Endowment for the Humanities, among others. Funds from local or state governments or regional arts organizations may be used in your cost share, but only if those funds did not originate at the federal level. In your application, you will be asked to provide a project budget outlining estimated project expenses and project income. Project expenses should demonstrate how you plan to spend both the NEA funds and the cost share. Project income is the combined total of your NEA request and your cost share. For example, if you have a $10,000 ask and are matching with $10,000 in cost share funds, you will have $20,000 in total project income. Your expenses should be the same amount as your income. So if your total project income is $20,000, your expenses should also be $20,000. There are some activities and costs you should not include in your application. Review the list found in the GAP Grant Program Guidelines PDF prior to completing your project budget. All items in your budget, whether supported by NEA funds or your cost share funds, must be reasonable, necessary to accomplish project objectives, and allowable under the NEA's general terms and conditions. Budget items must also be allocable to your proposed activities and occur during the period of performance you have identified. Organizations cannot receive more than one NEA or federal award for the same costs or activities. If your project has partner organizations, keep in mind that they may not receive a separate NEA or other federal award to cover the same costs and activities. The application instructions PDF linked on the GAP webpage includes detailed information about how to prepare your project budget. We'll go through a broad overview in the next few slides. Project expenses are broken out into two primary categories. The first is direct costs. This includes salaries and wages, which covers compensation for administrative and artistic personnel paid on a salary basis, travel costs, and other, which covers any other clearly identified project-related costs. This includes artists and other personnel paid on a fee or stipend basis, as well as things like marketing and publicity, production and technical costs, and supplies, to name just a few. Applicants also have the option to include indirect costs, which are overhead, administrative, or general operating expenses that are not readily identifiable with a specific project. While it's rare for GAP applicants to include indirect costs, we strongly encourage those who do to review the Indirect Cost Guide prepared by our Office of Grants Management. You can find a link to this guide in the project budget section of the application instructions. In the income section of the project budget, you'll have two main categories to show your cost share sources. The first is cash, which includes funds received from external sources, such as private foundations and individual donations, and contributions from the applicant organization. Third-party in-kind includes non-cash resources from external sources, such as art-making materials donated from an art supply store or rehearsal space from a local theater, to list just a couple examples. Here are a few project budget tips. Do not include costs for activities before or after your period of performance. Before submitting your application, double-check that your income and expenses equal the same amount. Our lowest grant amount is $10,000. Applications with a less than $10,000 request, less than $10,000 in cost share, and or less than $20,000 in expenses will be marked as ineligible. In the application instructions, there's a link to a project budget template. The template includes a blank tab for you to enter your own figures, as well as a tab with an example budget. We encourage you to use this template to plan out your budget. This template is for preparation purposes only. You will fill out the project budget directly in the applicant portal when completing your application. We've covered the basics in this module, but be sure to review the application instructions linked in the GAP webpage for detailed guidance on each section of the project budget. Thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, please reach out to NEA staff at apply@arts.gov.